What's good, y'all? This is the real A-Town, aka RGB Fox, and here I am watching the Edison finals hosted by Epik Cards Games. You know, if you couldn't see yourself, they do have their logo here at the top. It's against my boy Houston against a friend Lowe's. It's the first time that my friend Houston apparently is, well, actually, I can't really spoil. I don't want to spoil it, rather. But yeah, first time in the finals that he's been here. So, rolling the dice. I can't really tell if that's a 6 or a 1. Probably is just going to be a 1. And no, it looks like he actually did win the die roll here. His hand looking pretty stacked. He has Arma. Going to dump a Necro Gardna, and then Gores, Solemn, double Vayu though, which sucks, and the Caius here, so probably looking to have that Armageddon Knight survive so he can Caius next turn. I think Lowe's is playing Quickdraw, whereas, you know, Houston's playing good old Vayu Turbo. That's what I took to the tournament. This is the second tournament though, not the first one. The second tournament, that one, was just like one that we did randomly because there's no people for modern, so we were like, fuck it, let's just go through and have the second one. Houston drew Royal Oppression, really strong against a quick draw matchup, and he ends up tributing for Caius and banishing the Card Trooper, so no draws for Lowe's here. Sets 2 pass. But yeah, the first Edison tourney, I got X1, and unfortunately I bubbled right before because they did a top 4 cut with 28 players. And I got hoed at 5th. But, you know, with the packs that I got for top 8 pricing, I made my money back. So, I was chilling. Okay, so Houston sets another card. I did not see what he put, but, you know, there's nothing a little reset can do. Okay, so it's Deep Prison. At this point, it looks like Lowe's just passes, so Houston opening the Rota here is going to be really good, getting rid of that Vayu in hand and sending like Sirocco, Plague, whatever the hell he wants, really. Incoming, you know, it drops the Greffer, and now, let's see, I mean, surely you dump a Sirocco, in which he does, so... he's building advantage here at this point in time. He still has a Gores in hand though, which, you know, it sucks, but what can you do? I'm commentating this after I woke up, so I have the runny nose and everything. Doesn't feel good. Ooh, gets Deep Prison. But yeah, the reason I'm feeling nasally is because of that. So on the Deep Prison here, Houston's probably debating Judgment. And it looks like he will activate it here based on how long he is holding this for. I couldn't imagine wanting to Judgment it just to, like, you know, keep yourself safer from heavy, but I guess with Lowe's having a back row, you know, you feel kind of confident to just, like, you know, leave the other two. He gets 2 tokens from this, and then of course they're gone just like that with Dandy, and Lowe's draws for turn. I believe he has a Lone Fire in hand. Yes, he does. So he tributes it for, you know, probably to get out Titanio. I think he plays Titanio in this Quick Draw variant. And he ends up activating Trap Stun. So, no negating Lone Fire today, sadly. He ends up grabbing another copy of Dandelion to summon to the field. So... I guess he really wants to keep it on board here. Now, this is not an Amaryllis variant, of course. Otherwise, you know, we probably would have seen that sooner or later. But yeah, the Amaryllis variants are always wanting to put that into the graveyard, so they're always going to try to turbo it out. If possible, and I mean turbo in like the lightest sense. I'm talking about trade-in Amaryllis, like realistically. But yeah. Here, he's just free to attack over the tokens and Dandy again, and Lowe's opening a Avarice for the turn is really nice. Now he gets to recycle all of that good stuff and draw 2. Now, one thing that could really help Lowe's here, I don't know. I guess you would want a Raiko, but that's like if he plays that, right? Which I feel like he should. He could also be playing Lila here, and then from there, hopefully a quick draw or anything can really like get the ball rolling. So let's see. Can't really see what his hand is. He doesn't use that little thing to hold cards, so I am kind of just in a loop trying to make sense of what he has. I think he has a Titanium in hand, so that's not the best draw whatsoever. Here, Houston draws an MST, but, with the lack of back row that Lowe's has, not really doing much. He's swinging in here, though, not afraid of the gores. This is wondering whether or not he's going to swing with the armed wing. I don't think he wants to give him the satisfaction this early on. So if he does have a gores, he's not going to be able to drop it right here. At least not after the armed wing, because he's not going to attack with it. So that's good. A play that Houston always does is he'll always play around the gores and only really play into it if he can deal with it. And oppression, unfortunately, cannot negate gores. So, in case you guys would think that it would remove it, no. Sadly, in the damage step, you can't really activate oppression. I don't think oppression negates the activations of the effects that summon, just negates itself, right? So yeah, no gores is going to be stopped here anytime soon. Gets another dandy though, and unfortunately he just can't keep them on field. He does have, he has gores, he has mirror force and titanium, so there's no shot for him to actually get his titanium out anytime soon, at least not with his hand. And with even with Houston having the life point deficit, he looks it to be in a stronger position than Los is here. So as Los, you got to clear the board somehow, and the only other way you're doing that is probably with a torrential, and sadly he just does not have one. Oh, Houston opens the card trooper though. Looking to probably mill some cards here. I guess you don't lose anything by summoning it. You can only make your board presence stronger at this point in time and see if you can get the damage out. He mills a Sirocco. Unfortunately, Gale and Bottomless is out, but at this point in time, I don't think it's necessary. Hits with 800, summons Gores and gets a token, swinging over the token with the card trooper, and I guess at this point, he's just going to have to pass. He could set Torrential, but it's not really worth it. For some reason, puts the Vayu in defense mode after he attacked with it. Okay, sure. Now, of course, plays like these are not something that he does intentionally. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what he did, thinking putting the Vayu in defense mode and Los just not catching it right then and there. But it happens. So here, I guess Los is just gonna pass, right? Unless he has something that he can set as well. But you're not really in a rush here. You have a 25 defense beat stick, 2700 beat stick actually with 25 defense. So if Houston cannot get over this card, he is going to lose advantage. Not lose advantage, but he's going to lose tempo slowly until Los is able to build a hand that can actually protect him better, or rather let him advance further. Although under oppression you are still just going to have to be waiting on the heavy storm, the MST, and typically roll oppression is only a one of in most Vayu lists, unless you cite it in, right? But in the main deck it's usually just at one. So yeah, looks like from here he's just going to pass. I can't imagine him going further. He got 2 tokens now. At least I assume, because they're not on field. Or, no, I guess Houston paid 800, huh? Yeah, he did. Okay, fair enough. Don't let him get any advantage. Life points at this point do not matter. They're just another resource for Houston, and so long as he is able to play through it, he'll be in a good spot. Now, Houston here hits Los's right side set card. Ends up being a mirror force, which is big here. Now Houston doesn't have to worry about getting his board wiped. Ends up wanting to mill 3 more cards. Pretty good cards to mill. You don't really want to see them at this point. Maybe the allure, but you know, not really necessary. And now he's checking his grave. He has double dandy, mirror forces in grave, a dimensional prison is in grave. Ends up tribute summoning for the Gorge, which is not bad in this scenario because you get rid of the Vayu and put it in the graveyard. But now, you know, you got Solemn here, so no more Gorge. That Gorge lasted for 1 second, if that. Now, let's see. I mean, he could summon Arnwing and then pass. Yeah, it looks like he's putting these cards in defense mode. He can also hold the Arnwing. I don't think he needs to summon it right now. Looks like he's wanting? No, okay. So yeah, he just is going to wait on that, which is probably the best move, and then passes. I think he said... I don't even know what he said. What did he say? Bottomless. Okay. So... I mean, yeah. I think you can just keep waiting here and just, like, relaxing. Pray that Lowe's, I guess, misplays, and... But no, Lowe's is legitimately sitting calm. I think this is really good. When you don't really have to make a move, you should just do what Lowe's does. Trying to rush the game is going to end up losing you more than what you would think. Mills 3 here with Card Trooper, ends up milling double Raikou and Trap Dust Shoot, which sucks because you would love to Raikou the Gorge at this time, but I think that's all 3 Raikous that he might have engraved now. Ends up summoning the Armor Master at this point. Okay. It's honestly wild how long this oppression has lasted on the field. My oppressions don't last this long. Either the oppression wins me the game outright, or it gets popped eventually. I think it's been 6 or 7 turns now with oppression up, so... yeah, nah, I mean, that card... not very good against Vayu, but against any other deck like Quickdraw, Zombie, stuff like that, Dragons, I mean, it does wonders, man. Now, let's see. I mean, Lowe's just is not drawing anything to get rid of this back row, which is really tough. Ends up brain controlling. I'm going to assume the Card Trooper here. See, obviously Houston can't really stop it, so I guess just Lowe's here are thinking on what he wants to grab. The probability that his Card Trooper though is high, and he ends up taking it here. So mill 3. Oh man, Debris, Raikou, and Trap Stun. 2 cards that you really want to see if you want to make a push against him. That's so tough. And I don't know how many Trap Stun he is playing. I could assume 3, more than likely. But yeah, no, I mean, that's just tough. Flipping it an attack and probably, yeah, swinging over Greffer here. Houston has not seen a Dark in a while, and now he gets to Caius, the Armor Master, dealing 1,000 points here. Bottomless on the field, though, is going to remove the Caius indefinitely, and... at this point, it's Lowe's decision on whether or not he wants to attack into the deep prison, and he ends up keeping the Gordon defense. So yeah, I think he understands that Houston cannot deal with this Gorge at like this point in time. So unless Houston draws, I don't know, Burial, maybe Return, like he is not doing anything to this Gorge. Ends up sending Torrential finally here. So he really wants his Gorge off the field and hopefully win the game. But he also has to draw another monster that he can like really utilize with the Plague in order to just deal enough damage. Which the odds of that happening in Vayu is so tough sometimes. Sometimes you literally will not see a monster despite playing what, at least 20. Oh, but Caius drops on the field. If I'm Houston, I'm torrentialing this. Because I'm not losing my Plague. Yep. Torrential. And I do not think Los can deal with the no board state here. Houston has one more oppression, I think. Yeah, one more. So after Los gets Houston low enough, he is going to be in a very good spot. So we'll see what he ends up drawing here. Houston still has the Mirror Force in hand, and now, yeah, I mean, you would think that he needs a monster that he can summon out and deal that last 1550 points of damage. Lowe's looking at his hand, doesn't really find what he needs still. Oh man, I'd feel sick. We know he still has the Titanial in hand as well, so he has at least one brick and I think 3 more cards? 2 more cards? 3? He's looking at his graves, checking to see if he has another Vayu, which he doesn't. Yeah, no Vayu. This has been a very long game 1. But sometimes that is how long the games will last against Quickdraw. When I play against my friend TK, he plays Quickdraw. I swear it takes forever. Quickdraw, though, is actually revealed. So never mind. Lowe's does find a play at the very least, discarding the Titanial, and he is attacking. I think that's what, 700 points of damage? And is... Yeah, Houston can actually de-prisons that. Crazy. Now, this is post-editing the real A-Town. Fun fact, my mic was muted the entire time that I was watching the rest of this duel here. So, not much important happens. We do see Armed Wing get summoned, so he actually did end up having the 3rd Vayu, which gets compulsed. From here, flips Raiko, pops, and has Burial, and that's game. So yeah, that's the only thing that happened. So yeah, we'll move on to the next game now. Post-editing the real A-Town again. Fun fact, guys, looks like I had it muted for a lot longer than I had anticipated. So game 2, we see a start of set 2, set 1 monster pass by Lowe's, and Houston ends up using a lure and banishing the Arma, summoning the Greffer, and discarding the Sirocco for Vayu here. Now this is going to be a little tougher because I gotta watch it on a smaller screen since, you know, I'm on my actual video editing software, but you know, it's chill. So yeah, looking here, we have a swing with the Armed Wing. Let's see, he also has the Hamster, he has Crow, I believe that could be Brain Control, and an Armageddon Knight. So overall, Houston's hand's looking very good. Lowe's ends up drawing after getting a token, and let's see what he ends up doing here. The 2 sets could just be a trap stun, since he didn't use them at all when he summoned or attacked, right? So things could look very well here for Lowe's, depending on what he has on hand, considering he doesn't have to play against any back row, right? So now I do feel a lot better. Funny enough, it was only Sunday morning where I felt like shit. Ooh, he gets some pretty nice mills here. I don't remember anything from game 2. So swings over the Greffer, dealing 200. You never want to let them keep Greffer in the off chance that they have other darks that they can discard, or even draw into. You know, continuously setting up the grave like that is just free advantage every single time for, you know, Vayu. So the moment you are able to remove that, you are chilling. Ends up revealing Compulse and sending back the Armed Wing. From here, Houston decides to set De-Prison and Hamster Pass. Now, Lowe's, again, can't really see his hand too well. However, you're kind of just in a smooth position here. Do you choose to attack, though, or do you choose to just let that go? He mills a Mirror Force, a DD Crow, and a Debris Dragon. All good cards that you wish you would have seen in hand instead, but, you know, you can't be relying on your mills all the time. Oh, gets Caius as well, and now he has to take the damage here. Ends up deprisoning the card trooper though, which is good. You don't want to give your opponent the access to another card in hand, so I'd rather take the 24 in my experience here as well. Ends up drawing for turn here after passing, and I think that's a that's a Necrogardna. Ends up sending the I wonder what he sent you with Arma, probably Plague, which that is in fact a card. Now again, I think that's a Brain Control in his hand. Ends up top decking Necrogardna for Plague. Lowe's not responding to the summon here. 2 cards in hand is revealed though, so he might actually do something here. And it is a Brain Control. So, pay 800, this Lowe's, let this go through. Is there something that he can do? I kind of don't think so. He milled Mirror Force, so he doesn't have any outs to, you know, 3 swings. Well, 2 swings, I guess, because the Plague is in defense mode. He's reading the Plague, so I think he's going to remove it from field somehow. Another Compulse. Oh, I forgot that Compulse was at more than 1 in this format. When I played, Compulse was at 1, and that was like, what, 2013, 2014? At least I could have sworn it's at 1, because it wasn't played in multiples when I was running it. Now here in just a moment, I actually am back on the mic on the OG video clip. So, ooh, Kaiku. Yeah, that's game. Okay, well, game 3. So now we're going to see Houston go first again. Los, I think I see a Raikou and Double Dandy in hand. Torrential as well, it seems. And a Lone Fires. Yeah, so it's probably a Dandy, Lone Fire, Torrential for sure. Again, I think I saw a Raikou in Houston's hand. He has Raikou, Card Trooper, Vayu, what looks to be Mind Control, Sirocco, oh, and Burial. So he opened Burial pretty early, which is pretty dope. Los ends up setting 2 along with a Raikou probably, or a Dandy, and then passing. Draws Return. Not like the coolest draw that you can get, but it's like whatever. Alright, Houston hitting up back row here. Ends up hitting Torrential. So, yep, Lowe's gets 2 tokens, and unfortunately, Houston loses Allure and Heavy. That does not feel good. Let's see, Houston choosing to mill 3 with the Card Trooper. Mills Dark Art and Arma and Torrential. That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, this is a bad start for Houston's turn. Los is probably happy that he had to mill all those cards. And this time no oppression, so this Lone Fire is not going to get stopped. Summons the Titanial and swings over it for 2,400, which is crazy amount of damage here. And he has a plan to stop targeting here, so Mind Control ain't doing shit. At least not anytime soon. Ends up opening the Oppression 1 turn too late. Gotta hate to see it. I guess if I'm Houston, I set Necrogardna, maybe Vayu, and Oppression. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not feeling too great about that if I'm him. So unfortunate. He's really contemplating here on what to set. I think he set Sirocco, or no, he said Vayu. Okay. So let's see. Los choosing to get Dandy with Debris and ends up oppressioning that. I mean, you have to, right? If Los has the MST, he has the MST, and he does not. Let's see. I mean, you're still fine here. Oh, ends up negating with Judgment. That's big. Now he can make a Stardust here and then get 2 more tokens. Oh my god, this How do you come back from this as Houston? You're taking 28 to the face. 2k life points. Just taking that straight to the dome. Yeah, I think this game is over. Oh, he opened Rhoda though. That's a start. Getting him access to Greffer. Probably dumping a Plague. And it doesn't look like Lowe's has DD Crow in hand. So a Goyo would feel great here. Ends up special summoning it, so he actually gets access to Necro Gardener as well. That feels good. Okay. That is insane. I forgot that you could special summon it. Okay. Now, Burial, Mind Control, and Return. He can do a lot here, actually. You wouldn't want to Mind Control, obviously, but you have a lot of options here. In this case, do you just go for a Colossal play and run over the Titanial? Let's see. So he goes, banishes 2 for the Armed Wing. He can put back like Return for play. He can also put back Mind Control, actually. That card kind of does nothing right here. Yeah, I mean, you return Mind Control. There's no real reason to keep that card here at this current time frame. Plus, you have Burial. Oh, but he actually decides to use it here. Okay, maybe maybe he sees something that I don't. Ends up negating with Titanium, obviously. Putting back Return now with Plague. I mean, I guess you do it just to remove the extra token. I don't know. Now, Plague is going to be used here to make either Colossal Fighter or Goyo. I mean, it's one or the other. If you use Goyo, you force Lowe's to get run over the Stardust, right? But if you get Colossal Fighter, you do remove the problem, which is Titanial here. At the same time, Houston does have Burial, so you can follow this play up with a Armor Master as well. So yeah, he's contemplating Colossal Fighter right here. It would be at 3k, assuming Los has no warriors in his graveyard. Even if he didn't have warriors in his graveyard, he could just crash with the Titanium and bring it back. So Haikyuu probably would have been better if he had no warriors. That way Colossal Fighter could come back, swing over the Stardust as well. But, you know, it's fine. In this case, Houston straight up goes for the Burial, returning back Plague, Armed Wing, and not Armed Wing, Sirocco, and the Plague. Now he goes for Armor Master here. Establishing a board presence is also fine. And I guess you don't really lose much. You do have a Necro Garden Engrave, and you are drawing into a return next turn, which, you know, it's fine. He does have Plague access for next turn, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, no, I think Houston feels pretty good here. Ends up drawing his return, obviously. Swinging over the set monster, and he gets Mirror Force. That's tough. Sets 1, pass. You can't really play around that card right here, so, you know. Looking at his graveyard. Does suck to lose the Colossal Fighter early, though. Alright, tributes for the Caius, banishing the back row. I mean, you could chain, return. You don't need to, though. You have a Necrogarda. Has 2 tokens now and swings for 24. But of course, he has Necro, so the attack is not going to go through. Sets 1 card, pass. It's probably a Raikou. Could be Hamster. Lowe's has Lone Fire, Sangan, and what looks to be a charge. Summon Sangan. Attacks over the Hamster, so he takes 800 here. That's tough. Okay. I mean, do you attack into the Raikou here? I mean, you probably do. At the same time, it could be pretty risky. But now he has like a level 4. No, you probably hit the Hamster. Yeah, you definitely hit Hamster here. Yeah, so run over the Hamster. Set 1 card. Pass. Draws. Did not see what he drew there. He ends up summoning Plague, though. Okay. So, top decking that card. Oh! It could potentially be a Vayu. Let's see what he ends up milling here. If it's a Vayu, he has access to another level 8, which would be insane. Oh, hits the bluffed charge. But that's fine. Now you go for, what's his name? Oh, he's going for Armory Arm with the Silver Wind. That's crazy. So yeah, that would have been more than enough for a game, because you would take the 38 minus 24, so you would take 12 plus the 24. So that was pretty dope, actually. That was actually insane. It's rare that Armory Arm comes through, but when it does, oh man, yeah, no, like you feel pretty good about it. That's insane. Okay, well. GG's to both of these gentlemen, and congratulations to Houston Carter for winning. We will see you guys in another finals here. The only ones that I'm commentating over are Epic's, just because that's the local I go to. But hopefully if other shops that I go to live stream their games, I can commentate over those too. Alright, well, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.